goatee.
Yeah, he came out the womb like that.
Oh, that'd be funny.
I only have him go more. You're gonna meet the ex-member.
With your host, renowned magician James Wildcat, and Joshua Wildcat. Now on Rough Edge FM.
You know what we can't ever get straight? Who the third host is.
I was trying to get my first words in, but you beat me to it.
Well, I'm just saying that because, it used to be like, okay, we got to add Greg to the list. And then it's there's like 2 shows that Greg hasn't been here.
He's been absent, yeah.
Right? That's true. And now we've got another guy in here.
And today his his girlfriend's birthday, so
I do suppose that's a good enough excuse to not be here.
I think Tony should be the third host.
You think so?
Yeah.
What do you think, bud? You want to be the third host? Well, we'll set you up in such a way where people can see. What's the verdict? We're gonna go and make a poll here.
Hey, look at me. I'm like a twin. See, now we're father and son because we both have glasses. Cool glasses, cool shades. That's who I am. So, you know what? We have a fill-in for Greg today.
We do?
Yeah, and unfortunately, he tends to get a little crazy, so we don't have him on camera.
I thought he was just camera shy.
Well, he's a little camera shy, but he's also not wearing any clothes, so it was kind of hard. I know. But once I tell you the name, you're going to understand, and it will all make sense. So
I know who it is. Tell everybody else what's going on.
All right, welcome to the show, Wildcat Jackson.
Yeah, that's right. I haven't been here in a long time. And look at the baby. He looked like he just took a dump in his pants right now. As soon as he heard my voice.
Well, as soon as you talked, I took a dump in my pants.
Well, don't. Hey, whoa. Is that how you check?
Yeah.
Shoved your nose all the way up his butt. It was like a Friday night in Louisiana. Fellas, thanks for having me back on. It's been a little while. Hello, baby boy. Hello, little Tony is his name.
Tony.
Little Anton. Little
Antonis.
Antonis. Nice to see you. Nice to see. So you're raising them right? I'll just bringing them up in a pop studio.
Yep.
With all kinds of liquor and
let them play cards.
Yeah. What a way to go. I mean,
I'm starting off with the cards at least.
Yeah, the naked lady cards.
No.
He's
got to be a little older than that.
Oh, really?
Why? He's looking at one.
Growing up and looking at boobies all his life already.
It's funny because every time we get people into the shop and they're like, we need some cards for our kid to learn a trick. And it's like, okay, I suggest the stripper deck. And it's like, whoa, no, he's only 7 years old. Like, yeah, no, it's not that kind of a deck.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've heard
that. If I wanted to shock you, I'd pull out the dildo wrong.
All right, hold on a second.
Whoa.
It is 2 o'clock somewhere.
Easy. Dr. Pepper.
Half an hour off.
We don't want you peeing all the next half hour. Yeah.
Now remember, this show, there's no explicit checkbox.
Oh, so I can't say like stuff like dildo and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Oh, but dildo's not a bad word, is it?
Well, I mean, it depends on, I guess, who you're referring to.
Okay, well then I guess I won't say dildo then.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, I mean,
say it one more time just to get it out of your system.
There ain't no such thing. Anyway, we're gonna get out of our system. Dildo.
All right.
I thought you were worried about the baby. And when I said baby, I mean Josh.
It's very true. I'm a sensitive soul.
Yeah.
But for the kids in the audience, he's actually saying Dumbo.
Oh, did you got a lot of kids?
No,
you know? Oh, you never. What? Well, there's probably like 5 people. What are you talking about? I mean, all fellas.
It's my mom, and I don't want to offend my mother.
Oh, okay. Oh, but that I
I
understand. Well, she probably don't know what a dildo is anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, I said it again. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Hello, baby Tony. Hello.
So Wildcat.
Yeah, Jim.
You are known for.
I'm known for a lot of things.
You are known for a lot of
But
things.
in this state.
One of them is for drinking and nudity, but aside from that,
I don't know how you found out about that.
I saw the video.
Telling it. Well, I didn't release it. Yeah, tell everybody what I'm up to right now.
Yeah, because you're known for your sideshow stuff.
Yeah, of course.
And
Well, I've heard you've actually taken up a new hobby.
yeah.
You guys heard about that?
No, the other thing.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I didn't know they had those kind of clubs out here in Santa Paula. Well, yeah. Well, first of all, before we go down that road, I have a show that's coming up on Friday night in the city of Paramount, and I'm actually on the roster with a bunch of other comedians. I'm not doing what I'm going to talk about right now. I'm just doing my sideshow and comedy. But it's called. I think Delic Comedy. It's Delic Comedy Night, and they can probably look it up on Instagram under Delic Comedy, and it'll be at a place called the Orchateria Rio Luna in the city of Paramount. It's a wonderful venue, and the tickets are free. It's no cover charge. It's just a 2-drink, 2-item minimum. So if people want to go out there, all the way to Paramount, we can. However,
So how do you spell that?
HOR. Wow, I was having a hard time getting that out. See,
I was a good wonder.
HORCATERIA. You know, like cafeteria, but in Spanish. Or chateria. Or chateria.
So am I looking at the correct one?
Yeah, but it's one in Paramount. That's a location in the San Fernando Valley, I believe.
Okay.
You want to find the one that's a little further out, and it's bigger.
You're using Google, so it's associating with your location.
Yes, I understand.
You see, I mean, I would hope so, because you're the guy who's all about marketing and stuff.
Well, fellas,
Using Google, but
we always at each other's throats every time I come. There's a baby in the room. Why don't you talk and ask to each other to give the baby an example, like model behavior?
well, yeah, you know, it is
Put
really
a
nice to
gun in
go
the
and talk to you
history.
in a way like this. Even if I'm going and ridiculing you for your use of Google and not the right
You're
way,
still
because
doing it. Why don't you talk? You can say whatever you want.
well, it's
Just say the very.
I was going to say,
Baby,
you can read Sports Illustrated, and he's going to be just fine.
Oh shoot! I'm not supposed to say that. Sorry about that. Your mama's listening.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is the correct one.
Yeah.
And where would I look up to see what's going on?
I don't know. I can't read English. No, I don't know. But I don't know if it'll be on there, or it should be on there somewhere. Or as I said, Delic Comedy. But I don't know, because that's the producer that's producing it. Is Delic Comedy, and this is
And how
the
do you spell
venue.
Delic?
DELIC, and then comedy is COMEDY.
See, I didn't.
Yeah, we don't know.
know.
Apparently, it's not know how to spell comedy. I mean, you have to know how to use it first before you. Hello, baby. How's your diaper hanging? You got stuff in there yet?
Oh, yeah.
Give it time. Oh, you feel it?
Oh yeah.
Are you the kind of daddy that quality do you smell for? Because I saw you shut your nose up all up in there.
I do both, because you never know if it's going to be a pee or both.
Now
Or just
is his Easter egg not as potent that you have to smell it like really close?
well, he hasn't had solid food yet, so it's not that bad.
Okay, so
But you can smell it when
it's
you smell
it's good, but baby style.
Yeah.
Like it's like little mushy stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got into that conversation. Well, you brought the baby.
Well, we're talking about your sideshow stuff, and
Yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah.
be surprised if your sideshow involves some amount of poop.
Well, of course. Well, everybody knows that I'm full of. Wait, am I not allowed to say that? Well, I missed this. I haven't done this in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So Friday, what time is the show?
Doors open at 7:30. Show time is at 8 p.m. There'll be a roster of stand-up comedians. You can probably look it up on Instagram, in fact, while you're there on your device, since your dad couldn't find it. It's no cover. They just ask that people buy something, buy 2 items. And it is not a bar. However, there will be beer and wine served. However, you can find other things. There's lots of coffee and Mexican
Dr. Pepper?
hot chocolate. I don't believe so. Why are you planning on going all the way? You ain't gonna go all the way out there. Yeah, of course not. I mean, why would you go out there when I come out here?
That's true.
Yeah,
I don't need to go out
yeah,
there.
yeah. Well, you can go out there. However, you will be out here for March 9th,
Yes.
which is the show that we were going to talk about. March 9th is the seance.
So
No,
Yeah.
that's what I think you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know. Well,
yeah.
I gotta ask.
This is the energy in the room just totally changes.
I
once
know,
I'm in.
but I gotta ask.
Yeah, everybody gets all riled up, even the baby. You see the baby?
Why?
Yeah, he's all,
Maybe
he's
the
all
cookie
fidgety
face.
now.
You're not letting me ask.
No, go ahead. You can ask
I'm
whatever.
trying to ask.
Yeah,
You're
go
not
ahead.
letting me
I'll
ask.
let you ask whatever you want.
See, that's the one problem.
Was that the baby or was that Josh?
That was the baby.
Oh, wait, he's got something to be more interesting than what you're going to say. Hey, go ahead and say it, baby. Oh, now you're kissing up on him. Oh, he's touching the.
Yeah, he's got the mic here.
Yes,
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Jess.
Okay, so Wildcat,
Yes, yes,
seance.
yes.
Really? I mean, how did you get into seances?
Well, look,
You're always
everybody's got to make a living. Yeah, no. Well, listen, seances go way back, at least to the 1800s. Everybody out there has probably heard of something called the spiritualist movement. If they haven't, that's fine. That's fine. But you know, I thought, especially in Santa Paula, that has a very, very rich history. By the way, lots of tragedies in this town. So that means there are a lot of dead folks floating around. So I feel like there would be people in town.
So you're scaring them.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll take the baby out of the room for this one.
well, no, the baby brings good luck. He brings good luck. Oh, Mama's coming. I think she heard him on the airwaves.
Oh gosh, her mom ears are they ring.
Yeah,
He makes one little peep and she's like, where is he? What's
yeah,
wrong?
yeah,
What's
yeah.
going on?
That's I hate to too. That's women in general.
All right, right now everybody's just looking at me because you're disclosed, and I turned off Joshua's mic.
Oh, you
Oh,
did.
no, that was
Well, I
just
didn't turn off his mic. I turned off his picture.
You turned him off.
So, all right, let's go back to this whole seance.
Yeah, I would like to.
I know
Yes.
sometimes when
Yeah.
you take the alcohol a little bit too far, that you sometimes
I don't think I've ever seen
speak to.
Wildcat drunk. That or I've never seen him sober.
You haven't seen the video.
Yeah, you don't know the difference. I mean, you don't know how many things I had before I got it. You know how licking up I got to get before I come and talk to you guys? I mean, Jesus.
So-
Appreciate
So I know that when you have your episodes, you sometimes talk to dead people.
my episode. Why is he building up? Why are you creating stories? Look. This is the thing. You know that I am a Connie guy from way back.
Yes.
You fellas know that I delve into sideshow.
Yes.
I delve into flea circuses.
Yes.
Sideshows are very odd and curious. Am I right?
Yes.
The seance is just another division of the odd and curious.
Yes.
The paranormal is very, very odd and very curious.
Yes.
We were talking earlier, Joshua, about
Yes.
the town of Santa Paula
Yes.
and how much.
All the ghosts that are here.
Yes,
Yes.
and that. Hello.
I become a yes man.
Yeah, I know. Well, you're married, so I think that the town is ripe for an opportunity to talk to the folks that were once here. I mean, the history of it goes way back. I mean, you were telling. Do you have a ghost story yourself?
Oh well, I've got a couple actually. I have
Well,
one,
just one, because we
one
want them to be interesting.
actually one at the Glen Tavern.
Really.
There's
So before you get into your ghost story,
Yeah.
we're gonna take a quick little break.
Okay.
All
Oh,
right.
that's very
Save that.
good.
Don't forget.
Very good way to build
Okay.
suspense. Yeah.
Save that ghost story.
Yeah.
okay.
So
But,
people that are out there, get your popcorn and come on back.
Yeah. So just give me a second,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go on into the basement.
Okay.
I will. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Just, whoopsie. Okay. Let me figure this one out. I'm going to the basement.
So I get the forefront now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here.
So, well, while he's doing that, actually, we have.
This is like a very, very awful version of how it's done.
How did that work out?
It was pretty
It's
cheesy.
pretty bad.
Yeah. But that's all right. That's all
Nobody bought it.
No.
Okay.
right. I don't even know if you bought it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
really didn't.
Oh, look at that! Look at your website. That looks pretty good. Who took that picture?
I did.
Not that one. The one of the shop.
Yeah, I did.
That's nice.
So
Yes.
we went down into our basement.
Oh, you did.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
and
All right.
and we found a
What did you find?
we found a product
Uh-huh.
called. Let me
Yes.
get to it. Let me get to it. Detection right here.
Okay.
So it's
Detection
called
bag.
detection bag.
Okay.
And so detection bag is basically a utility that it comes with 4 bags. And you are able to have people put items into these bags, and then you can mix the bags up and do whatever. But you're always able to detect what bag is holding that special item.
Yeah, so it's a
utility.
form of roulette, actually. It's kind of like a roulette utility type of thing.
Could do it that way if you wanted to.
But it's a utility, so you can use it however you want.
Yeah.
But it's
You fellas gonna argue again?
yes.
All right.
We're gonna argue and agree.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
everything that we say. It sounds like an argument, but we're actually agreeing with each other.
Uh-huh. Well, what's the tie-in? Because you interrupted Joshua's ghost story for this, and I understand you have to.
The tie-in is
Well-
that we have segments that we have to do in the show Wildcat.
Oh, I see. So
And
you want him to wait on that so we can get moving with the segment.
with the segment.
I understand.
It's a brief segment, but
Mhm.
so anyways, this came from our basement. It's a detection bag. It's a great little utility bag. It does not use magnets or anything like that. So like your
No
typical,
magnets, no strings. no
yeah,
nothing.
trying to figure out where something is, but you're always able to detect which bag is holding that special item. And you can get it here at White Rabbit for $40. I believe we have a few left,
Mm.
and
In your basement.
in our basement. Check it out.
Mhm.
So
It's in the basement because it's
Because this
it's
is
an
California.
oldie but a goodie, and it's
Yes,
it's
it's-
just been lost, and we want to bring it back to life.
Oh, I see.
it's been on the market for a while.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of good tricks out there that are on the market that kind of drop out of existence.
You know, I have sort of not really a question, but an observation. So a lot of people out there, a lot of magic shops, online shops, are out of stock on stuff, like all
Yes.
kinds of stuff. However, you guys seem to do pretty well on that end. I find a lot of things with you guys.
That's because
Say nice.
I know
Say
I'm not
nice.
going there. I'm
Okay.
not going there. So we are primarily a brick and mortar store.
Yeah, I know.
And so oftentimes when some of the bigger stores sell out of things,
Yeah.
we start to Google has the ability to search on inventory. So when people are looking for things and all these big stores are out of stock, all of a sudden White Rabbit pops up because we're in stock. And that's how we tend to be found. What Joshua was trying to stop me from saying is that we are the magic shop of last resort. So I'm not going to say that because he doesn't like that terminology or
Well, it's
identification.
It's negative, and that's why we're not on the map.
Yes. So we're not going to say that we're the magic shop of last resort. Instead, we're going to say that Google indexes inventory, which is why we come up when oftentimes the bigger stores show up before we do.
And we like to keep things stocked for all of the magicians who want to find good quality magic and find it in a store that they can actually come and see it.
Well, what I will.
Also,
Yeah.
one of the few bricks and mortars that actually has or services the working magician.
Well, I will say that is a very good point because I've walked into many shops where everything is very outdated. Now you have classics, right? And so a lot of the shops will carry just that stuff. But you guys have state-of-the-art stuff. Your stuff is very current and very,
And a lot of stores you walk into everything's just crammed. You have no idea what's there. And
yeah.
you there's a lot of novelties.
You guys have a big shop. Yeah, that's true. I know you guys pride yourselves in not mixing with novelties.
Mhm.
No plastic vomit and stuff like that.
I'm sorry about
That's all right. I don't need plastic vomit. Yeah, you sound like
That one coming
I know,
on.
I know. You sound coming and it still made you laugh. Well, I don't want to. Now, are we still plugging, or should we?
that. So we're going to go back to Joshua's story.
Go start.
Okay,
Now,
so
keep it streamlined.
I will.
All right.
I will. So the story that I was going to say
Okay,
before I was
so
so
right
rudely
So right there, we have another segment. It's Joshua's favorite. No, go ahead.
I thought he was really going to do that. I thought he was really going to do that to you. So why? He's being a bastard right now. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So the story that I was going to tell you about was one at the Glen Tavern Inn.
Yeah.
And I was told this
Yeah.
by.
Can you tell people what the Glen Tavern is really quick? Really quick.
Yeah. Tell them about the Glen Tavern Inn.
Yeah, just really quick what it is.
Oh, it's a hotel that's over here in Santa Paula. That's on the closer to the Fillmore end of it. Or trailing it.
What year? How far back does it go? Is it like 1920s and earlier than that?
It's about that, right?
Might be 1911. I don't know.
I don't want to say because I have no idea.
The good thing
So,
is
it's about that. It's very it's old, and it's a very iconic inn to Santa Paula. It's been around for a while. Actually, it is one of the more favored stopping grounds for celebrities in Hollywood because they want to get away from all the hubbub down there in LA.
It's right on the road. There's a main stretch of road that passes through Santa Paula that gets you to Ojai.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of people passing by would stop there. Now it is known for.
It's known for actually one. It's known for the Houdini suite because Houdini had a suite in the Glen Tavern Inn where he would stay.
Constructed, by the way, in 1911.
1911. So you're right.
Yeah, that's right.
But he had a suite in the.
So
in the
he
Glen Tavern Inn.
stayed.
Yes, he did,
Okay.
and it had a spot specifically for him, and also for his illusions. He didn't want anybody to touch them.
Oh, that.
He just wanted to have it specifically for his illusions.
Now-
And now in the Houdini suite, it's actually the suite that used to house his illusions.
So it is also known for being really, really,
Really haunted.
yeah.
Actually, there are 3 ghosts in there that I personally know about.
Mhm.
One of
That
them,
you personally met? Or?
well, I mean, one I might have, but I mean, I know about them. One is downstairs in the lobby, and
What does that ghost look like?
from what I've been told, people who've gone to the inn and from the custodians at the inn, he's kind of a middle-aged man who's just walks up and down the hall, and when you see him, he runs down towards the exit. And then you go and you try to catch him, and he's gone.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you know what he looks like?
I have never seen him personally.
Okay, so I was with a lady friend one night, and it was very late, and we were gonna stop there on our way to going someplace else, and the door was locked to the hotel,
Uh-huh.
and there was a gentleman sitting on the couch, staring straight ahead. I thought he was watching TV, but I didn't see any TV or nothing.
You might have seen him.
Well, okay, so but he got up and he came to the door and he unlocked it. I don't know. Can ghosts do that? Can they unlock stuff?
I mean, if they are a poltergeist, they can interact with the physical world.
Okay, well, I don't know what he was. He could have been Presbyterian, but okay. And anyhow, let me. I don't want to slow you down.
Sure.
Go ahead and tell your cool story.
Well, that was the one that was talking. Actually, I had my wedding over there. And I
Oh,
was
by
talking-
the way, your wedding, somebody, Trudy, a friend of ours, was dressed with a white hat and had this white dress on, flowy dress kind of thing, and very old style looking. And somebody thought she was the ghost.
oh my god!
She was sitting on the love seat, and then
Oh, nice.
Did it freak them out?
a little bit.
Did they try to take pictures of it? and
I
stuff?
don't know, but
Oh.
it freaked them out.
Oh god.
So continue.
So yes, it was. There is a ghost that travels the halls on the bottom floor, and when you try to catch them, but if you think it's somebody who's staying at the hotel, and you can wave him down and everything, and think, "Oh, where's he going?" And he goes and turns the corner, he's gone.
So now, how do they look? Do they look like you can see through them, or do they look like you and I, where if I was to meet him, I wouldn't know he was a ghost until he evaporated? Like, how does that? Because I feel like could have just been a drunk. Like I don't know if he was a ghost or not.
If he's a drunk, I don't know how he goes and turns the corner and then just
He turns
leaves.
the corner and he falls down the stairs.
Oh,
Yeah.
into what? The basement? It's on the bottom floor.
And he just lets out a really smelly burp. I mean, anyway, I don't want to
The
interrupt you.
spectral odor that
Yeah.
you hear.
Yeah. He's
Old man ripping
Yeah.
one big time. So yeah, that's the whole thing. Is from what I've been told, he actually looks like he is.
He's
whole.
no man.
Yeah.
He looks whole.
He looks whole, like
Like
person.
you can't see through him.
Yeah.
So you can't tell it's a ghost.
Apparently, because people even go and say, "Hey, do you need any help?" And then he just goes to the end of the hall, turns the corner, and you go to the end of the hall, turn the corner again, and he's gone. No doors are open. You don't hear a noise. He's just gone.
Well, that's Wildcat and the drunken stupor. You just said you were.
He didn't say he had a hat on. He just said he was an old man.
Yeah, I'm not an old. I'm not that old. I mean, I'm about your age, Jim.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I'm old.
Yeah, well, speak for
I mean,
yourself.
your hair is grayer than his.
Yeah.
No, your goatee's catching up.
Well, I also wear wig. But don't tell anybody. Okay, so wait, so that was your story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that was the one that that's most known.
Well, I've heard things about like on Main Street in Santa Paula that like all the different storefronts have stories. Apparently, a little girl had been murdered in the back of one of the shop. I won't say the name of the shop because I don't want to, that might be bad for business. And then someone else in one of the restaurants there, apparently, from some kind of dastardly deeds because of a deal that went down or something. I don't know. And then across the way I was just about to say what kind of business it was, but I can't do that. Across the way, they apparently took pictures, and in the picture was an apparition that wasn't there in real life.
That's called a lens.
He is what we call a non-believer.
Oh, the cousin that won't go home.
I have another question for you in a second.
All right.
Before we do, we're going to do Joshua's favorite segment.
The crowd thing?
The sad part is that we will do this segment, and I will press the Q button, and it won't work.
There is an outbreak amongst it is limited to
See?
only a small
Non-believer.
population.
Are we on now?
We're on.
We're on?
They have an addiction.
Oh, okay.
They collect
Now we're on.
the playing cards.
I said that so it would work.
This is a very professional operation. Oh, shoot. I'm getting text.
Is playing cards anonymous here on Magic.
All right. Wildcat's getting texted.
Why are you calling me out like that?
Wildcat,
Yeah.
well, he has a side business. It's like a chat room kind of thing that he.
Okay,
It's
first of all, don't go rogue on this. I mean, you're trying to improvise. And just leave it, as is.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell your thing about your cards.
There you go.
So we are going over the Lord of the Rings Twin Towers edition
Oh,
playing cards by Kings Wild and designed by Jackson Robinson.
Can you please tell me which one you opened?
We opened that one.
The one that I have
The
highlighted.
one you have highlighted.
The
That's a
$40
Yeah,
deck of cards.
as a $40 deck of cards, and it is foiled and it is gilded on the edge
Oh my God!
or gilded.
Did
You
say
opened.
Gilded.
You opened a
Please.
$40 deck. Of cards.
I did.
I realize there's a standard out there that is $12.
Yes. And you know
For-
what?
for
you know what the
cards?
most expensive deck of cards is?
What?
$80.
your credit cards?
I have not opened that one.
That is his most expensive.
At 80? No, if you spend that much on a deck of cards, are you gonna actually use them?
I am the type to say that it is appropriate to use anything that you collect because what good is it if you're not going to be able to open it up?
I agree. How many
It's a
decks of
$40
cards?
deck of playing cards.
And it's numbered too, so you know what number you have on it.
How long are you gonna
This
spend?
one is number 686.
Depends on what you're into. I mean, I would spend that much on a tilt. I'm sorry. Was I not supposed to say that? Sorry about that.
So actually, this one is a deck of cards that has a foiling on the face and on the back. And just like that. So it foils all over the cards, and it has a gilded edge. And this one is a gold gild.
I will say that it is a beautiful deck.
It is.
Can you
What's
just,
a $40 deck?
you're right.
It better be.
It's numbered that he just opened.
Yeah. Well, so what are you going to do about it?
Why are you going to use it?
Well,
You've opened up $40 decks of cards before. Your DMCs.
I use them.
I use these.
I perform with
let me see. What do the faces look like?
The faces, well, they
Are
are
they all
all.
different
Yes, they are. They are all.
characters from the trilogy
Yeah, yes.
or whatever it is?
This one, it's characters from the Twin Towers. I believe that they have different faces for all the other ones. They've got King's Wild did a death for each movie.
If you're online on Facebook watching this, you will be able to see the gilded deck of playing cards as I funnel through, and there are some pictures of the
Oh, those are the
They
faces.
have
Oh, yeah.
yeah, there's the spades. They have Gandalf the white. I think this is Galadriel.
those
Ooh,
are-
look at that. Look at those. Oh, look at those. Those are.
It's very ornate.
Those are
And
nice.
It's all. It's actually at least as far as the court cards are concerned, they're all one directional.
Those are really pretty. I have to say.
It's
But
It's very old school style.
your
deck
dad
cards.
is still. It still begs the question.
Why
you just
did you have to open up a $40
put it on
deck?
Because it's good and you should.
because you wouldn't stop because you couldn't stop them.
Okay, so
Yeah. This one-
now you can't pharaoh gilded playing cards.
No, you can't. It's like putting two bricks together.
Yes,
But-
don't even try.
I'm squaring them
He doesn't
up.
want you to ruin them, so they still have some resale value.
I'm selling these. these are
That's
part of my
what you
personal connection.
They feel
But
nice.
they do. They feel really good. They are pretty stiff. I'm going to equate that mostly to the gilded edge. And King's Wild. What?
Don't.
Your
don't
daddy
use the
can't.
word
Your daddy can't.
stiff for a while.
Go ahead, admit your dad jumped there before I even.
Yeah, that's very
He
true.
was like stiff and handling and
Okay.
Put your hands on.
Actually,
them.
I like the texture of the cards, the stiffness of the cards. Actually, they do hold well. They spring nicely.
Okay, we're done with the cards.
No, we're not.
We're done. So Wildcat.
Yeah. Yeah.
At what point did you? he doesn't like saying goodbye to that.
No, he loves that statement.
Yeah.
But
Oh, continue, please.
What
I
time?
don't want to keep interrupting.
we had a
Keep
good
going.
we had a
I
good
don't
rhythm
wanna-
going on the seance stuff.
I know. I want to know at what point did you just? I'm sorry. He's taking a temper tantrum.
How do you do it?
I just my son. He got back in the room.
Oh,
okay.
so at what point did you realize that you had a gift with for this seance thing?
Oh well, it dates pretty far back when I was a baby Wildcat, and I saw this
Imagine that.
yeah
Little baby Wildcat.
yeah. You offering me something? You
No,
said-
I'm explaining how the gift came about.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah.
I was there. I know.
Yeah. Anyhow, I was a little baby Wildcat. I was in church, and I saw this little girl walking through. She had long white, dress, and she was walking by, and she waved at me, and I waved back, and I had a little crush on her. I was a little boy, and she was a little girl, and I kind of like followed her out of the chapel, and when she went out the door, I went right behind her, and she was gone. And right then and there, I knew.
Life got away.
Yeah, well, then I knew I needed to stop drinking so early in the morning. So I felt like
Maybe Wildcat's nursing was with a little nipple on the top of a whiskey.
whoa, how come you can say nipple and I can't say dildo?
Well, it's because it's.
Well, it's like a bottle.
I don't know what else you call the tip on the baby bottles. What are they called?
I think it is just called nipple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's called an
that's
nipple.
that's how Wildcat was fed.
With the nipple or with the dildo?
Oh my God. Okay. So
Oh, I'm sorry. I forget that you're not used to that way.
When's this show again on March 9th?
Yeah, it's on March 9th. But we have two shows here.
Yes.
We have a 6 o'clock show and a 9 o'clock show. You can reserve. We highly recommend that you reserve your tickets ahead of time because seats are extremely limited. We are doing this like an old-fashioned seance around a table, so it is not going to be a traditional event in the audience. We are going to have you sitting around a table, so there won't be very many seats. And we please request that you get there on time, get there even early, because we would like to start on time, and we don't want people walking in the middle of while we're trying to.
Yeah, in fact, if you're in the middle of the seance, people will not be able to come in after that.
Yeah, we won't let them come in, and they will have already paid for their ticket. So if they paid for the ticket online, then they come late. We don't want to have to do that to you.
Yeah.
So please, out of respect to everyone, please come in on time.
Everybody in spirits.
And the spirit, that's right, because you don't want to piss off. I mean, the worst thing is to piss off the spirit. Here's something. Here's a story, and I will make it. Do I have time?
30 seconds.
Well, look it up. There was a story in 1928. The dam that John Mulholland was responsible for engineering, he designed it. It busted,
Yes.
and the entire valley was flooded.
Yes.
And it was like one of the largest. Was a man-made disaster
Yes.
at the time. Over 400 and some people died
Mhm.
that were accounted for, but there were a lot of migrant workers and a lot of transients that died, and no one accounted for them. And there's a story about a little girl that was floating away on a flatbed with her family, and her hair got caught on a branch on a tree, and she didn't make it. Her family floated off past her, and she got caught and was drowned. Now, I think if we're out of time, that's a good note to end on. Maybe at the seance we can try to talk to it.
That would be spooky. I'd like to see
Are you
that.
already freaking out already? I
A
could see
bit.
a face.
A bit.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah,
fun.
and that's a real story. I didn't look that up.
I'm going to go to the seance.
You're gonna go to it? Okay.
Yeah, there might be somebody you might want to talk to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good, actually.
Yeah.
You got a couple of people I can think of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Last thing, Josh.
What do we got here?
What are we up for? So we're going to do a trick review
Ah,
before
yes.
we close out the show. And it goes something like this.
Is it good? Should I buy it? Does it suck? Did I get ripped off? Is it more of a craft project than a magic?
What's the name of the trick?
These questions and
Hyper
more
elation.
on the magic item of the week. Here.
Can I look at the day?
So
Okay.
we are now looking at.
Let me get the mic side, brother.
Okay.
All right.
So we are now looking at hyperventilation by Carol. Do you have it?
I have it up.
Okay, so hyperventilation is a kind of an anniversary wall style effect.
Okay.
And if anybody knows what the anniversary wall is, you have a card side, two cards signed actually, and the two cards meld together in a spectator's hand,
Yes.
usually. In this one, it's a similar style to that trick, except you can do it on both the front and the back of the cards on this one. And instead of having it meld together in the spectator's hand, you actually warp and bend reality with these by cutting the cards in 3 different locations and then bending the cards in a way, almost like a card warp style. And then after you do that, you're able to rip the cards away, ripping away the faces of the cards and then the backs of the cards. And both the faces and the backs have the signatures of both your spectators.
Now, it would have been really cool if you had the cards melded together like you showed me in the example.
I would be. I think, I don't know if I have enough time to go and get the ones that I showed you, but they have pictures of it. And I think they have pictures of where they're
Yes, they do.
yeah, right there. That's kind of what it looks like. Where when you're looking at it, the nice thing about it is it looks literally like cardboard when you're doing it. If anybody knows what the cardboard looks like, you go and you bend a card in half like a sandwich, and then you have another one bent like a hot dog, and you put those two through, and as you push it through, the card that you're pushing through that was one space up turns face down, and so on and so forth. And then you're able to rip the card in half, and you've just broken the timeline continuum, and now you've ripped the card in half halfway through. So you've got one half that's face up, one half that's face down. This is very similar, except now you're able to go and tear away the faces and the backs. But it looks very similar to that, and it's very cool.
It's $30.
Yes.
And the cool thing about it is it does obviously require gaff cards.
Yes.
But you do not have to get the gaff cards from the effect. You can get them outside of that. So even if this trick stops being sold, which is one of the things we've talked about in the past, you can still perform this effect even without it.
Yes, you can. And it's very nice. The cool thing about it is you can do it with single colors. You can do it with jokers. You can pretty much do it with any value as long as you have the cards for it.
Right.
And you can do it. They have variations where you can do it with the red and blue cards, and you can do it with even one card.
Cool. So that is $30. You can go to wr-magic.com to take a look at it, watch the demo. And
we will be having more of them with our next restock. Right now we have 0, but there will be more coming in very soon.
Okay, so you can reserve your copy.
Yeah.
All right. So Wildcat.
Yeah.
March 9th. 6
Yes, that's right. 6 and 9 o'clock. Reserve ahead of time. You can either go to www.littlebigstageproductions.com and get your tickets there. Or is there a link to your site where you can
There's
get
a link.
tickets?
You can go to thomagic.org, and in the banner, we have all the events that are coming up, and you can click on the banner link and get it from there.
And real quick before we go out, how much are those tickets? Just so people know.
Those are $30.
$30.
However, we were considering doing a special discount only for a couple of days. So if people want to, get ahead of the game, we'll give them that sort of little bonus. But there would probably be a promo code that we're going to put up there to do that. But that won't last very long.
No.
So yeah.
And there's only 11 seats in each show, so get your tickets soon.
Yeah, get your tickets now. And once again, please don't be late. And there's lots of places in Santa Paula you can eat and hang out before the show.
There are. That is very true.
Maybe you catch ghosts on the way in to start talking to ghosts.
That is very true too.
Very, very weird. Gosh.
So, all right, everybody, thanks for listening. We'll check in with you all next week. And by the way, next week we will be having one of our debates. And the debate is magic as important as we make it out to be? In other words, do people really care? So this is kind of a spin-off on Ramsey's
I got
video.
you.
No, it's it just kind of
Bring up a point.
It kind of inspired some thoughts about.
Yeah. And Chris Ramsey did bring up a point in his last video.
Yes. About whether
which is a good talking point to go off of.
Yeah. So we're gonna carry that discussion and see where it takes us.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me on, Jim, and everybody out there. Don't forget, you can go out to Paramount and check me out there, or Tri Terry, or see us here on Mount South. And everybody out there, don't forget to wash your hands.
Did he just add his show segment into our
Yeah,
show?
and you couldn't stop me. You
I
couldn't
did.
stop me. There's nothing you can do about it.
All right, now we have to go and end with ours too.
You have one?
We do.
Oh, well, let's hear it.
Let's take it away. Come on now.
So here we go.
Well, you got to say it first.
Well, I know, but first of all, we got to get the stupid. Let's call them out. Stream Deck. Stream Deck is having lots of issues, and
Fix your stuff, man.
it's making a lot of people very angry.
Well, this is very successful so far, fellas.
So-
Yeah, I'm
So-
glad you came up with it.
Okay, so here we go.
Remember, guys, White Rabbit Magic.
Abracadabra. Focus, focus. Presto. Pick a card, any card. Some words are magic. They sparkle with the promise of something wonderful.
So-
Then words until you add that something wonderful to the mix. And that's what you'll find at the White Rabbit Magic Shop in Santa Paula. Their inventory includes world-class tricks and illusions that are not only for sale, but that they will teach you to master. In addition, White Rabbit Magic Shop is world-renowned for its amazing collection of bicycle playing cards, with nearly 500 decks in stock. So, if you're serious about magic, then say it with us. At the White Rabbit Magic Shop,
We believe in that.
The White Rabbit Magic Shop.
See, I had to say it. You never let me say it.
Road, in Santa Paula. For more information, call 805-850-3055 or check us out online at wr-magic.com.
All right, why don't Matt say it for us?
We believe in magic. Hey, don't forget to wash your hands.
That's why we believe that.